Honor.
All right. Okay, so also, let us know here anyway, right?
We have two.
Yes, Your Honor. We had two prior counsel.
Okay. Can you tell me the names, please?
Reuben Lopez.
Okay.
And Michelle Durham.
Okay. All right. I'll probably forget. I wrote them down, but just like remind me when their time comes. Are the attorneys there in person? Or are they?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. They're here.
Okay. All right. Do we have any interpreters? Needed interpreters there?
No interpreter here, Your Honor, but we do have 6 people that require an interpreter.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. Yeah.
Okay. Are those up on top here, or are they scattered? Okay. Yeah. I have this screen in my courtroom. I don't have this thing. Okay. So let's just go. Yeah. All right. Let's do we're going to do interpreters here. Are those interpreter cases here on top? Or no, are they scattered? Okay, so we'll leave the interpreter cases for the end here, and then we'll go right interpreter here, right into interpreter there, right into interpreter here. All right, yeah, I know. All right. So we are on the record. Initial appearances for Osceola in Orange County, 9th Judicial Circuit. Let's get appearances for the record. We'll start with the state.
William Gorillas on behalf of the state.
Officer Park on behalf of pretrial services.
Officer Duncan Kirk, Osceola County for pretrial services.
And we're sorry for the police office in Osceola County, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
And then Tiffany Moore Silverman for the public defenders in Orange.
Okay. All right. And so let's get started. The first one I have is Michael Babstock.
Approaching, Your Honor.
All right. Morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Babstock, 22785.
All right, Mr. Babstock, I'm going to appoint that young man standing next to you in his office to represent you on this matter. You are here on, is it only one count?
Yeah.
A violation of probation? Is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir, you're charged with one count for violation of probation. Is there already an existing warrant on this? Is that what it? State?
No.
Not that I noticed, Your Honor.
I couldn't hear a word you just said.
Not that I noticed.
Okay. It says they were arrested for an active warrant out of Osceola County. I don't have that warrant attached. All right, so you're here on a violation of probation. I'm going to find probable cause and hold you no bond. All right, the next one I have is Janelith Bardalis Pineda.
Your Honor, Ms. Barbalis bumped out today.
Okay, thank you. All right, Curtis Bianchi. Bianchi.
Approaching, Your Honor.
All right, morning, sir. Your name and date of birth?
Curtis Bianchi, 32865.
All right, Mr. Bianchi, you're here on a failure to appear on a written promise. I am going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. I'm going to order you held no bond. Next one I have is Jamie Bonet Rivera.
Your Honor, he requires interpreter.
Alrighty. Oh, I said I was going to do those at the end. Well, instinct.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter.
Morning, Alan. We have a few for you, but they're scattered, so if you just stick with us. The first one is Jamie Bonet Rivera. He's at the podium in Osceola County.
And Your Honor, this one needs a Spanish interpreter?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so good morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Buenos días, señor. Dígame su nombre y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Jaime Bonet, junio 4 del 92.
Jaime Bonet, June 4th of 92.
Okay, Mr. Bonet, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario, who's standing next to you there, and his office to represent you on this matter.
Bien, señor, le designaré al licenciado que está a su lado y a la oficina del defensor público para que lo represente en este caso.
You are here on 3 counts.
Se encuentra aquí ante 3 cargos.
First one is possession of cocaine. The second one
El
is
primero-
possession of a controlled substance without prescription. And the third is resisting arrest without violence.
El primero es tenencia de cocaína, el segundo es tenencia de una sustancia regulada sin permiso y el tercero es por resistencia a la autoridad.
Yes, sir, I'm going to find probable cause on all 3 counts.
Determino que existen indicios de criminalidad para los 3 cargos.
I'm going to set your bond on the first 2 counts at $2,500 each,
Se fijará la fianza en $2,500 para los 2 primeros cargos
and $500 on the third charge, the third
y
count.
$500 para el tercer cargo.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gracias.
I don't believe the next one needs an interpreter, Alan, but they're scattered, so if you just stick with us.
I'll stay here, Your Honor, and just let me know whenever one that needs it comes up.
Okay. Next one I have is Michelle Brown.
Approaching, Your Honor.
And do we have a victim here? Is that?
He's in the box now.
Okay, I can't. Okay. Thank you. All right, name and date of birth, please.
5/7/2000, Michelle Brown.
All right, good morning, Ms. Brown, how are you?
Good morning, I'm doing okay.
All right, so you're here on 1 count of battery, touching, or striking. I'm going to appoint the gentleman who's standing there next to you, Mr. Rosario, in his office to represent you on this matter.
Okay,
Okay?
yes, sir.
I've reviewed the affidavit, and I find that there is probable cause for the charge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Oh, Patrick, I'm supposed to be the victim, but I just want her to come home. She haven't done it.
Hold on.
Oh.
You can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Help you
sir.
God?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. What would you like to say?
I just want her to come home. She a good person. That's my old lady. She very good.
Okay.
And I really love her. I just want her to come home.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
8. Any questions for the witness?
¿Cómo vas?
Is there a history of between you and your girlfriend as far as violence goes? Is this the first time this happened between you and your girlfriend?
Yes,
Yo
yes,
estoy
sir.
aquí, nada. Pero como no todos los casos necesitan español, estoy conectado y cuando necesiten un...
Alan, can you mute yourself, please? We're getting feedback from you. We can hear your conversation.
Sir? Oh, he talking.
Okay, Your Honor, can the question be repeated, please?
Sure. Mr. Gorellas, can you?
Yes, sorry. Is this the first time this incident happened between your girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Do you have any fear of your
No,
girlfriend?
no, sir. I'm lovely. No, sir.
If she were to strike you again, would you be able to call 911?
She won't strike me again. I will make sure that she will not strike me again.
If
sir.
she did.
Oh, yes, sir.
No further question, Your Honor.
Okay. Spence?
No question, Your Honor.
Mr. Rosario?
No question, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Can I get any history on this? Is there any criminal history
Who, me?
from
Oh.
oh, no. Oh,
Judge,
PTD or PTR?
we have criminal history. Ms. Brown, she has juvenile history. As an adult, she has grand theft, which was a withholding, that was in 2018. She also has failed to appear in an FTA, 2 FTAs, and one of them is for battery. The victim is unknown, so I don't know if it's this gentleman in the courtroom or if it isn't.
No, I wasn't with him then. Oh.
Yeah, Ms. Brown, just, your an attorney's worst nightmare, you're talking, so you have the right to remain silent, and I would think your attorney wants you to exercise that right. So before you say anything, run it by him first, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So, State, let me hear from you on the conditions of release. Do you have any input on this?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rosario?
No, Your Honor.
So I'm going to set bond at 500.
Judge, did you want that with pretrial release?
Does she qualify for PTR?
A monetary bond in conjunction with.
Okay, then I'll do $100 with PTR. Do you all live together, sir?
Yes, sir.
In South Florida?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll do no hostile contact. Means she'll be able to come home, but there can't be any further arguments or to be a violation of probate or of terms of the release.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, that's more for her than for you.
Okay.
So, Ms. Brown, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so don't let me down, okay?
I won't.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Next one I have is Santos Cano.
Your Honor, who requires an interpreter?
All right, Alan?
Yes, Your Honor, the interpreter is present.
All right. Is he approaching?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, sir. Your name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. Diga su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Mi nombre es Cano Santos. Fecha de nacimiento es 011-1 del 72.
My name is Cano Santos. My birthday is 11/1/72.
Is your
sí.
I'm sorry, is your first name Cano?
Su primer nombre es Cano.
Es apellido.
That's my last name.
Okay, Santos. Okay, maybe I misheard you. I'm sorry. All right, sir, you're here on one count of offering or agreeing to secure for a lewd act, your first offense.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You got cut off there for me. Could you please repeat that? I apologize.
An offer to secure a lewd act.
Señor, usted se encuentra aquí por un cargo de ofertar para concretar un acto lascivo.
I am going to appoint Mr. Rosario, who's standing next to you, to be your attorney on this matter.
Se le designará al señor Rosario, quien está a su lado, para que lo represente en este caso.
I find that there's probable cause for the charge,
Determino que existe indicio de criminalidad
and I will order you released PTR, direct PTR.
y se le concederá la libertad provisional.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Gracias. And I apologize for earlier, Your Honor. I thought it was coming in through the headset and it was coming out through the speaker for some reason. But I
No
fixed it on
worries,
my
no
end.
worries. I believe the next one is one that has private counsel. That's Reuben Lopez. All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alberto Melendez for the defense. I believe my client is approaching.
Does he need an interpreter?
He will need a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Su nombre y fecha de nacimiento, señor.
Reuben Alfonso Chile López, el 16 de diciembre de 1998.
¿Me repite el nombre otra vez? Reuben Alfonso.
Rubén Alfonso Chile López. Fecha de nacimiento 1990, al 16 de diciembre de 1998.
Reuben Alfonso Chile Lopez, December 16th of 1998.
Mr. Melendez, does your client waive the reading of the charge?
¿Renuncia
Your
a la
Honor.
lectura de los cargos? Sí, su señoría.
Okay. All right. So, sir, you're here on one count. State, what's your position?
Bien, señor, se encuentra acá ante un cargo, fiscalía, ¿cuál es su opinión?
And I'll defer to the court.
Lo dejaremos a discreción del juzgado.
Okay, Mr. Melendez?
Señor Meléndez,
Your Honor, we'd be asking for a reasonable bond on this case. As you know, the defendant does have a right to the bond unless, of course, for these types of cases, if there's a proof evident presumption great, which has not been established. I do believe my client has been in Florida for 4 years. He's lived here he has a job. If he gets out, he will still have a job, which he can continue being a productive member of society. We'd be simply asking for a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
su señoría, en este momento quisiéramos pedir que se establezca una fianza razonable. Sabemos que bajo los cargos él aún tiene derecho a la fianza si no se ha establecido prueba contundente, lo cual no se ha hecho hasta este momento. Él tiene vínculos en la comunidad, lleva 4 años acá en la Florida, tiene empleo y si queda en libertad de la cárcel continuará con ese empleo y es un miembro que aporta a la sociedad. Por esa razón quisiéramos pedir una fianza razonable.
Okay, so the state hasn't set forth anything that would prove proof evident presumption great. So your client is entitled to a bond. I'm going to set bond. I'm going to find reasonable cause or probable cause, sorry, and set bond at $100,000.
Bien, dado que la Fiscalía no ha opinado nada con respecto a las pruebas contundentes y él sí tiene derecho, en lo contrario, a que se fije fianza, por lo tanto determino que existe indicio de criminalidad y se fijará la fianza en $100,000.
I'm going to order no contact with victims or any minors.
Se le prohíbe ningún tipo de contacto con la víctima ni con ninguna persona menor de edad.
That's the only condition.
La única condición.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's how I may be excused.
You may, thank you.
Gracias, su señoría.
I have Carmies Delaney.
Approaching, Your Honor.
And I apologize to anybody if I pronounce your name incorrectly. I try my best. All right. Sir, your name and date of birth?
9/14/75.
And your name?
Cornelius Delaney.
All right, Mr. Delaney, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You're here on a failure to appear on a written promise. So I'm going to find probable cause, order you held no bond. All right, Guillermo Ferrero.
Your Honor, you require interpreter?
All right. Alan, do you need the case numbers as these are coming up, or? Alan? Alan? Alan, I don't know if you're saying something, but we can't. Mr. Interpreter? Alright. Mr. Interpreter? Oops. Give me a second. I was just trying to recall the Spanish interpreter and I hung up on everybody. I apologize.
It happens.
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry. I was just calling the clerk now to let her know. I could hear you, and I kept talking, but I guess for some reason it wasn't coming out on your end.
Okay, no worries. All right. So, sir, your name and date of birth, please?
Su nombre y fecha de nacimiento, señor, por favor.
Guillermo Ferrero, 6/25/1981.
Guillermo Ferrero, 6/25 of 1981.
Okay, Mr. Ferrer, you're here on one count. Well, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you.
Bien, señor Ferrer se encuentra aquí ante un cargo. Designaré al señor Rosario a la oficina de defensor público para que lo represente.
Okay, that count is operating a motor vehicle without a valid license.
La acusación por conducir un vehículo sin licencia válida.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find probable cause for that charge.
Determinó que existe indicio de criminalidad.
I'm going to order you release. Well, can I get a criminal history?
¿Alguien me indica si tiene antecedentes?
Judge, he actually qualifies for direct pretrial release.
I know.
Su señoría reúne los requisitos para la libertad provisional. Lo sé.
Is there any history?
In
Pero hay
Florida,
antecedentes.
my apologies. In Florida, no, he has history out of New York. I'm waiting for the interpreter.
En la Florida, no. Tiene antecedentes del estado de Nueva York.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge.
No, please.
Criminal possession of a loaded firearm that was stemming from 1999 to 2003. Robbery, possession of weapon.
Por tenencia de un arma, eso fue. Este historial se basa desde los años del 99 hasta como el año 2003 por tenencia de arma cargada y por hurto y tenencia de armas.
Okay, so I'm going to order him release PTR.
Bien, se le emitirá entonces la libertad provisional.
With a condition of no operating motor vehicle without a valid license.
Con la condición que no puede conducir ningún vehículo a menos que tenga una licencia válida.
No hay problema, señor.
No problem.
Thank you, Judge.
Gracias.
All right. Next one I have is
Lopez, Your Honor. Eli Lopez.
Eli Lopez, Judge, bonded.
okay. Is that? Oh, yeah, Eli Lopez. Okay. Darius McFadden.
Right, Your Honor.
Good morning. Morning, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
February 22nd, 1993.
All right. And your name?
Darius McFadden.
All right, Mr. McFadden, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of violating probation. I'm going to find that there is probable cause. Set your bond at no bond.
All right.
All right, thank you. Kevin McMahon.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning. Name and date of birth, please.
Kevin McMahon, 10/14/1969.
All right, Mr. McMahon, you're here on a failure to appear on a written notice, which resulted in a bench warrant being issued for your arrest by Judge Arendis. I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you, and I'm going to set your bond at no bond. Next one I have is Trenton McMillan.
Approaching.
All right. Morning, sir. Name and date of birth.
August 18th, 1998.
Name. Your name.
Say again?
Your name.
Oh, Trenton McMillan.
All right, Mr. McMillan, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You're here for failure to appear on a written promise which results in a bench warrant being issued by Judge Young. He ordered you held no bond, so I will do the same.
Thank you.
Lamartine Mercedat.
Bonded out, Your Honor.
All right. George Nay?
One second, Your Honor. Yeah, he's on the cage.
Here's what?
Approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
My name is George Henry Nee III. Today is my birthday, March 27th, 1961. I'm 60 years old today, sir.
Today's your birthday.
Thank you. It's not exactly what I had in mind on my birthday, but then again, it couldn't be worse.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
You look good for 60. So, sir, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you on this matter.
Sure.
All right, you're
I
here
didn't do
on
anything,
one
I'm
count of
sorry.
trespassing to an occupied structure or conveyance.
Right.
I'm going to find that there is probable cause for that charge. He does not qualify for direct PTR. Does he qualify for PTR with monetary bond?
No, Judge. Mr. Nee is actually out on ROR in an Orange County case, 2020 MM 8628. That's criminal mischief, less than 2,000. He was released December 10th of 2020. I was actually going to ask you if you were going to take any action on that case.
Yeah, I'm going to set bond on this case at 500. I'm going to revoke bond on that case.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Revoke the ROR, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Michael Negron.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Michael Negron, 62973.
Mr. Negron, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you in this matter. You're here for an out-of-county warrant out of Broward County. Your bond in that was set at $290, so I will keep it like that. All right. Next one I have is Neri Pacheco Garcia.
Your Honor, do you require the interpreter? Sorry, he required interpreter.
Alan?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. Still morning. Good morning, sir. Your name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. Su nombre y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Buenos días. Neri Pacheco, 060672.
All right, Mr. Pacheco, I'm
Good
going
morning.
to appoint
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Neri Pacheco, 0606. 82 dijo, señor.
No, 72.
Gracias. Of 72.
Sometimes I forget, sorry. All right, Mr. Pacheco, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you.
Bien, señor Pacheco, se le designará al señor Rosario y a la oficina del defensor público para que lo represente.
You are charged with one count of battery.
Se le acusa de un cargo de agresión física.
I'm going to find that there is probable cause.
Determino que existen indicios de criminalidad.
I'm going to set your bond at $1,500.
Se fijará la fianza en $1,500.
I'm going to order no contact with the victim.
Se le prohíbe el contacto con la víctima
And to maintain separate residence.
y debe buscarse otro paradero por separado.
Judge, Officer Dunkirk with pretrial release. We actually spoke to the victim, and she's requesting no hostile and for him to return home.
Entonces, señoría, la licenciada de parte del Departamento de Libertad Provisional, nos hemos contactado con la víctima y ella ha pedido que se emita una orden de prohibición de contacto hostil y que se le permita regresar al hogar.
And I just want the court to be advised he does not have any domestic in his history.
Y quería informar al juzgado que él no tiene ningún antecedente de violencia doméstica.
His last conviction was 2013 for a no valid driver's license.
Su último fallo condenatorio fue en el 2013 por conducir sin licencia válida.
And he qualifies for PTR with bond?
Yes, Judge.
¿Y él reúne los requisitos para la libertad provisional con fianza? Sí, su señoría.
All right, so I'm going to set your bond at 500 with PTR. So PTR with 500. I'm going to order no hostile contact.
Bien, se le impondrá entonces la libertad provisional con una fianza de $500 y se emitirá una orden de prohibición de contacto hostil.
All right, sir, what no hostile contact means is you can't have any aggressive contact with the victim.
Prohibición de contacto hostil, señor, significa que usted no puede tener ningún tipo de acto o comportamiento agresivo hacia la víctima.
If you don't follow that precaution, it would result in violating the terms of your release.
Si usted no se acata a esa condición, eso conllevaría un incumplimiento de las condiciones de libertad.
Thank you, sir.
Bien, gracias, señor.
Gracias.
Judge, are we removing the condition of maintaining separate residence?
We are.
Y su señoría, ¿vamos a anular la condición de buscarse otro paradero? Sí, la anularemos.
Andrew Ferris?
Judge, before we bring Mr. Ferris up, can we just readdress Reuben Lopez?
Reuben, yes.
He is the one with a private attorney.
Yes.
Actually, there was an information filed after that warrant came out. And I'm providing this information to the private attorney.
Su señoría, podemos remontarnos al caso de Rubén Alfonso Chile. Nos ha llegado un documento acusatorio que surgió después de la orden de arresto. Se lo estoy mostrando ahora al abogado defensor.
Okay. Can somebody provide it to the court?
We can have it. I'm sorry. We can have it emailed, Judge.
Sure. Thank you.
¿Alguien le puede dar una copia al juzgado? Se lo podemos enviar por correo electrónico, su señoría.
Mr. Gorellas, do you have a copy?
I don't.
To the state as well? Are we providing it just for, no pun intended, information's sake, or are we?
Well, he has now two more additional counts beside the warrant.
Okay.
I believe they emailed the information, the state filed to the clerk over there.
Creo que se envió por correo el documento acusatorio que la fiscalía radicó.
You have one, Mr. Gorellas? The email to you too?
I don't have, let me see. Still nothing, Your Honor.
Should be the Orange County clerk.
Okay. We have the child removed from the gallery. Huh? Yeah, do you mind? Can you guys hand this to Mr. Gorellas?
Judge, did you guys receive it?
We did. I'm just
Okay.
reviewing it now.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Melendez, do you have a chance to look at it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Melendez, anything?
Judge, we just be asking for a reasonable bond on the 2 new charges. We will waive a reading of them.
Is it 2 new charges or is it 3 new charges, just amending the prior?
To my
Señor
understanding,
Meléndez,
To my understanding-
solamente quisiéramos pedir una fianza razonable a su señoría ante los nuevos cargos, pero son 2 cargos adicionalmente o 3 cargos adicionalmente al que ya se había emitido.
Your Honor, total there are 3 charges. The count 2 is identical to count 1. And
Son 3 cargos en total, su señoría. El segundo cargo es idéntico al primero.
and then count 3 is a life felony.
Y el tercero es sancionable con cadena perpetua.
Yeah, the first 2 counts are different. One, they deal with different body parts.
Los dos
If you
primeros
look at the last
cargos tienen que
sentence,
ver con 2 partes del cuerpo diferentes, si se fija en la última oración.
but my question is more so, are these 3 new charges or is this, we had 1 charge and we're adding 2 more?
Mi pregunta es, ¿estos son 3 cargos nuevos o es 2 cargos que se están añadiendo al que ya teníamos?
Judge, I believe the original warrant was 1 charge, and then the state's attorney filed the 2 additional charges, and then Mr. Jalel got arrested thereafter.
Okay.
Entonces, señoría, creo que la orden de arresto era por el primer cargo, la fiscalía después radicó los otros 2 cargos y el señor fue arrestado después, una vez más.
Okay, State, you have a position?
Fiscalía, ¿alguna opinión?
The state is no bond, Your Honor.
La fiscalía quisiera pedir prisión preventiva, su señoría.
No bond, that would be the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
Prisión preventiva sería la recomendación de la fiscalía.
All right, Mr. Melendez, you want to have the Arthur hearing now or?
Señor Meléndez, ¿desea celebrar la audiencia Arthur en este momento?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, su señoría.
All right, so I'll order him remain held no bond and bring it up with the trial judge.
Bien, entonces se emitirá la prisión
On the
preventiva
2 new counts. Sí.
en los 2 nuevos cargos.
So just for clarification, Judge, count 1, 100,000, count 2 and 3 at 0 bond.
Correct.
Thank you.
Entonces, para aclarar, su señoría, primer cargo en $100,000, cargos 2 y 3, prisión preventiva. Correcto.
Thank you. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Andrew Ferris?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please?
My name is Andrew James Ferris, 4/30/1987.
Okay, Mr. Ferris, you're here on 1 count of failure to appear on a written promise.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you.
Your Honor, the charges were dropped on this case, and I was released. I've been homeless, sir. I don't even understand why this happened.
I understand your position on it. I just, this isn't the time I'm just here to find probable cause. So your attorney will explain that to you. The judge in that case set the bond at $2,000, so I'll keep it there.
Because it's not probable cause.
Okay, thank you. All right, Anthony Rivera.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Do you need an interpreter or is he good?
No, I don't need it. Sorry.
All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Anthony Martinez Rivera, 11870.
All right, Mr. Rivera, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You've been charged with 2 counts. First one is cocaine possession. The second one is drug equipment possession and or using. I'm going to find, possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to find there is probable cause for both those counts. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 1.
I was let go by the officer a month ago, and then you put some weight yesterday. You let me go because you wanted me to stay.
I just have to remind you do have the right to remain silent. These are recorded. Excuse me, sir. The prosecutor is here listening to what you say, and I think you should talk to your attorney before you say anything, sir. Right.
Your Honor, he's been removed.
Okay, I'm going to set bond on count 1 at 1,000, on count 2 at 500. Order no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without prescription. All right, thank you. Okay, Mario Basio Lopez.
He bonded out, Your Honor.
All right. Yolanda Wiggins.
Approaching, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, your name and date of birth?
1 second.
Okay.
One second.
Oh, I skipped one by mistake.
Okay. Name and date of birth.
Hello, my name is Yolanda Wiggins, born June 20th, 1981.
All right, Ms. Wiggins, you are here on 1 count for municipal ordinance, an open container of liquor or alcohol.
Yes, sir, that's right.
I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you. State, do you have any offer on this?
Give me
What's...
Your Honor, the offer would be adjudication of cost.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry. Can you mute for 1 second, Mr. Rosario?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, the offer is adjudication of guilt, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
Okay. Mr. Rosario, you want to discuss that with your client?
1 second, Your Honor.
Did I appoint you yet? I'm appointing you on this case. In case.
Your Honor, I explained the offer to Ms. Wiggins, and she accepted the offer.
Okay.
Judge,
Wiggins, you can do me a favor and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. And you are here. Well, I already told you why you're here. What is your name and your age?
My name is Yolanda Wiggins. I'm born June 20th, 1981. I'm the age of 39 years old.
All right, Miss Wiggins, I know I told you. You can put your hand down. I know I forgot to tell you. How far did you go in school?
12th grade.
All right, did you graduate from high school?
Not exactly, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been treated for mental illness?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when was that?
I don't know exactly when. It's been over a year.
Are you currently under a doctor's care?
Not right now.
Okay. Do you read, write, and understand English?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any alcohol, narcotic, or medication?
No, sir.
State, can you restate the terms of the offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is adjudication of guilt, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
So it's an adjudication of guilt, court costs, and the cost of prosecution. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
They cannot hear Osceola? Okay, so the feedback is loud in Osceola. So can she get a little bit closer to the mic?
Okay, excuse me.
All right, not that close. It's a little muffled. Can they hear?
I'm sorry.
Can they hear now? All right. Okay. Do you understand the terms of your plea?
Yes, I do.
Did you have a chance to discuss those terms with your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Have you been promised anything other than the terms you just heard?
No, I have not.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you into entering that plea?
No.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to a trial by a jury of your peers if you accept the plea?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand you would be giving up your right to plead not guilty and have a trial, to have an attorney appointed to you, to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, and to have the state have to prove you guilty beyond and to the exclusion of any reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Okay. Knowing those rights, do you still want to accept the plea offer?
Yes, I do.
Have you had enough time to discuss the case with your attorney?
Yes, I have.
Has the attorney not done anything that you would want them to do to defend you in this case? So are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
I'm fine with it.
So to the charges of open container, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. I guess guilty.
Okay, so upon the acceptance of the plea, I find that the defendant freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived her rights. I find that the defendant knowingly entered into the plea and understands the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. I find the defendant competent, coherent, and alert. And I find that based on the review of the arrest affidavit, a factual basis for the plea, I will order you adjudicated guilty and order you to pay court costs and the cost of prosecution.
Your Honor, can we postpone the first payment and have a payment plan for Ms. Wiggins to satisfy the complete amount?
When would you like it postponed till?
From maybe until May?
State?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, that's fine.
Judge,
Did we say the middle of May? Is that what the answer was, or the question was, or the 1st of May?
First of May, it'll be fine, Your Honor.
All right, May 1, 2021.
Yeah, that's a May, so maybe your payments, okay?
How much are the court fees?
I don't.
Not bad.
It's $50. It's typically $50 back at downtown, but I'm not sure if it's the same.
We'll do $50. And then what's the cost of prosecution?
I think it's $50 as well. Is that
Judge,
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. Ms. Wiggins is actually out on pretrial release. Case number 21 CF 757.
Oh, so she can't plea. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just wanted to know if you wanted to take any action on that. That could probably, in the future, with a new arrest.
I won't take any action on that. I'll let the trial judge deal with that.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, just in case, I think we skipped for a moment Donald Jordan.
Yeah, we
He's
did.
not
That's.
here.
I was going to come back to Mr. Jordan. I
Oh, sorry.
skipped that by mistake.
Yeah, he's not here, but I can waive his appearances, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to appoint you to represent him. You're waiving his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, do you have the same offer for him?
Give me it.
Judge, Mr. Jordan's out on ROR in case number 21 MO4, open container drinking in public.
For the same charge?
I believe so, Judge.
All right.
Yes, Judge, it's the same charge.
Okay, so I'm going to find probable cause on this count for Mr. Rosario, and I'll set his bond at $100.
Are you going to take any action out on the ROR case, Judge?
Yeah. No action at this time.
Your Honor.
The last one I had, I'm sorry. Gabrielle Campos Baez.
He requires an interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay. Alan, you still there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Afternoon, or good morning, sir. Name and date of birth? It's afternoon. Good afternoon. Name and date of birth.
Gabrielle Campos Baez, 17 of May of 1996.
Gabrielle Campos Baez. Repita la fecha de nacimiento, señor.
17 de mayo de 1996.
May 17th of 1976.
Okay, sir, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you.
Bien, señor, le designaré al señor Rosario en la oficina del Defensor Público para que lo represente.
You are here on one count of violation of a domestic violence injunction.
Se encuentra aquí ante un cargo por incumplimiento de una orden de alejamiento por violencia doméstica.
I find that there's probable cause for that charge.
Determino que existen indicios de criminalidad.
Is he currently out on bond?
Él se encuentra en libertad bajo fianza.
Actually, Judge, he was arrested 3 days ago for battery and tampering in a misdemeanor proceeding.
De hecho, su señoría fue arrestado hace 3 días por agresión física y por manipulación de un proceso penal.
He was ordered at IA's a no contact.
En la vista de primera instancia se le prohibió el contacto.
This is the same victim.
Y es con la misma víctima.
Okay. But is he out on that, or is he?
He's in custody, Judge.
Oh, these are because I remember the facts.
He got at a charge.
Okay.
He
Yeah, I remember.
Allegedly.
I remember now.
No, señoría, él fue. Sí, ya recuerdo.
All right, so I'm gonna find probable cause on these charges.
Bien, determino que existe indicio de criminalidad para estos cargos.
I'm gonna set bond at $1,000.
Se fijará la fianza en $1,000.
I'm gonna order no contact with the victim.
Se le prohíbe el contacto con la víctima.
And let me explain what that means.
Y le voy a explicar lo que eso significa.
No contact means no direct or indirect contact.
Cero contacto significa nada de contacto, ya sea directa o indirectamente.
It means you can't call, email, text.
Significa que usted no puede llamar, ni enviar correos electrónicos, ni mensajes de texto.
You can't slide into her DMs.
No puede enviarle un mensaje por privado.
Okay? You can't show up at her house or her work or anything like that.
No puede aparecerse ni en su casa, ni en su lugar de trabajo, ni en ningún sitio.
Doing so would be a violation of the no contact order.
El hacerlo nos llevaría a un cumplimiento de la prohibición de contacto.
All right?
Bien.
So, thank you.
Gracias.
Your Honor, the very last one is represented by private attorney.
Okay.
Let me excuse you, Your Honor.
You may.
Good to see you, Your Honor.
Good to see you. Take care.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon. Name, please?
Judge, for the record, I'm Matt Boomershine. I'm here representing Michelle Durham, who is confined to a wheelchair. They're bringing her to the podium right now, Judge, and I'd like to be heard on the issue of pretrial release and monetary bail, if I may, Judge.
Of course. All right. Hi, Ms. Durham. Name and date of birth, please.
Good afternoon. It's Michelle Durham, 1370.
All right. Okay. Ms. Durham, you are here on a charge of violation of probation. Mr. Boomershine.
Thank you, Judge. Just for the record, Judge, I have been retained on this case, and there should be a notice of appearance in the court file already. We filed that earlier this week.
Okay.
Also, Ms. Durham's current legal name is Michelle Rivera, R-I-V-E-R-A. The case is proceeding as Durham because it is an old case, and that was her legal name at the time, but I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention.
Okay.
Judge, Ms. Rivera is on probation currently for one of her original 15 felony counts. She was placed on probation back in 2009 for 15 felony charges. 14 of those have successfully terminated. She remains on probation with one count. She has successfully completed almost 11 years of probation now out of those 15. And the allegation that gave rise to her warrantless violation of probation, which brings her before the court here today, is a misdemeanor battery domestic violence charge arising out of Putnam County. I've also been retained to represent her on that charge, and I'm handling that case for her as well. It is an unusual case, Judge, because it is a case where Ms. Durham was arrested and charged, but so was the alleged victim, which is her husband, Jose Rivera. He was also charged with battery domestic violence. It appears to be some kind of a case of mutual combat of sorts, and my understanding is that the allegation is that Ms. Durham was fleeing a battery that had been committed upon her when this alleged battery was committed in retribution, and that's the allegation against her currently. So this is a warrantless VOP case, Judge. She has been paying restitution on these felonies on probation now for 11 years. If you look at the court file, you'll see a long history of payments and quite a substantial progress being made on that. She will not be able to make those payments if she remains incarcerated, obviously. She also is at extremely high risk for COVID, Judge. She has hypertension, asthma. She also has a unique gene mutation called 19911A, which is a blood clotting issue, and those things collectively make her a very high risk for COVID-19 while she's incarcerated here. What we're asking the court to consider is to set monetary bail in an amount at the court's discretion with conditions as necessary. GPS, home confinement, curfew. My client and I have discussed those things, and she would be amenable to any conditions the court thinks are appropriate. The Putnam County Court has already ordered no contact between the parties with regard to the battery domestic violence. In fact, in a unique twist of circumstances, both parties have been ordered not to have contact with one another as a result of their mutual arrests, and also both parties have been told they cannot return to the residence. I am in touch with my client's son, who lives in Davenport, Florida, Judge. I've already made arrangements for...
So neither one can go to their house?
She can live at her son's house, Judge. She can live at her, which is not the location of the offense.
Right. But neither one can be at the location of the offense.
Sorry?
Did you just say that neither one can be at the location of the offense because they were both charged, right?
That's correct, Judge. That's correct. They both, that condition was imposed on both of them at IA in Putnam County last week.
Okay.
So, interesting, but in any event, I have made arrangements so my client has a safe residence to be at with a family member who lives in Davenport, Florida. That address is 565 Oglethorpe Drive in Davenport, Florida, 33897. There is no history of prior violence between these parties, Judge. It seems to me incredibly unlikely that the state will proceed with prosecution of the battery domestic violence charges. I mean, they've got two defendants at this point. I have a hard time imagining how this proceeds. Both parties have indicated to law enforcement and to the state attorney's office that they do not wish for the state to pursue charges. So at this point, from my perspective, I think it's unlikely that those charges will go forward. Under all the circumstances, we'd like the court to set bail if you're willing to, Judge. You have the authority to do it.
State?
Yeah, the state has no objection to a reasonable monetary bond. However, we leave it up to the court's discretion.
I'm going to set bond. I'm going to set bond at $500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sorry you had to wait so long, Mr. Boomershaw.
That's all right, Judge. No problem. I'm getting paid to be here like everybody else. It's not an issue. And Judge, are there any special conditions other than that $500 monetary bail?
I mean, no new law offenses.
Okay, understood, Judge.
So, yeah, I think the conditions of no contact, they don't deal with the violation of probation. So based on VOP alone, I'm not going to set any conditions other than don't break the law.
No, thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. And I do expect there'll be a modification of those terms in Putnam County soon. This will make it streamlined in terms of letting that happen as it should. So I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you.
I have nothing further, Judge. Good seeing you. Have a great day.
Good seeing you. Take care. All right. Anybody else left in God's country, Osceola County?
Nope, I think we're done, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Take care, y'all. See you tomorrow.
All right.
So they end the call here. Like that. Okay. Alan, are you still with me? He's not. That's good to know. Good to know. All right. You guys ready? Or you need a break? Or?
No, I'm ready to go, Judge.
All right. All right. Okay. So first one I have is, well, what's the case that we have the private attorney on here? Is he the private attorney? All right. Sir, are you here on a case, or are you?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here for Adrian Rivera.
Adrian Rivera? Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Daryl Smith on the record. It's a deal.
Let's just go ahead and do this one since he's here. All the way at the bottom? Oh, huh. Look right to it. Look right to it. All right, let's do appearances. Again, just, we're restarting, so let's start.
Yes, William Guerrero is on behalf of the state.
Daryl Smith on behalf of Mr. Rivera, who's to my right.
Mr. Park on behalf of pretrial services.
So, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Adrian Rivera, and July 23rd, 1995.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're here on one count of violation of probation. Mr. Smith, you want to?
Yes, Your Honor, if I might be heard on the issue of bond. Mr. Rivera has been violated in this case for technical violations. 2 of the violations are monetary for court costs and cost of supervision. The one main violation is a violation for him failing to be confined to his place of residence at 8:48 a.m., I believe, on March 13th. He actually works 3 jobs, one of which is a nighttime shift. At that particular time, he was in the residence, but he was asleep. It's a multi-level residence, and he was upstairs in the bedroom and was unable to hear the door knock. He's been on community control for 5 months without a violation. As Your Honor knows, community control is very tough. He works 3 jobs. He's also in school full-time at Full Sail and is at risk of losing those things if he were to remain confined. I don't believe he has any other failures to appear or anything like that. He has limited criminal history. I'm just asking Your Honor to consider setting a bond. If Your Honor wants to impose additional conditions, that's fine, but I would just ask Your Honor to consider setting a bond under the circumstances, considering their minor technical violations.
Okay. I'm going to find there's probable cause of the violations. So Judge Wooten in his warrant specifically marked no bond. So I'm going to keep it that way. I understand your position, but I'm going to keep it there. And you guys can bring it up with him hopefully soon.
Yes, Your Honor, and I informed him that Your Honor may not be able to address it because it is Judge Wooten's warrant. I'll be prepared to file a bond motion and try to rush it in front of Judge Wooten.
Yeah, Mr. Rivera, sometimes the law limits what we're able to do at these.
I mean, I
this
have,
is one of those
I have
circumstances.
proof that like I was home that day. You know, I do have like.
Hold
picture
on, before you
evidence,
say
you
anything,
know.
you have the right to remain silent. I think your attorney probably doesn't want you to say anything. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. There's nothing we can do today, though. Okay, today was just finding probable cause and setting the terms, and Judge Wooten had already done that, so, okay?
Your Honor, will you be taking any action on his additional open felony case?
No action, I'm not gonna take action on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have anything else, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. You too. All right. So let's start at the top of the stack. We got Donna Wendling.
I got Canty, Your Honor. I got Canty Christopher, is that what?
These were the ones that are being called up.
Oh, you mean, oh, call me. I got
You guys have a different order?
No, you are correct. I got it now.
Okay. If you guys have a different order, just let me know.
No, there's just a couple cases that are called up, so we moved them in the stack, that's all.
Oh, I have no idea what that means, but okay. All right, ma'am. Hi, can you give me your name and your date of birth, please?
Wendling 8665.
Okay, is somebody here for her? Are you the daughter, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't represent her, but if you'd like to say something to her right now, just to calm her nerves, I'll allow you to do so. You can't give legal advice or anything like that.
Yeah, I can't really say anything, but Mom, you're gonna be okay, okay? You're gonna be okay.
Okay.
I promise. We got you.
Okay. All right, Miss Wendling, I'm going to appoint this young lady here, Miss Moore, to be your attorney on this case. Okay? Have you spoken to her?
No, Your Honor, but I'll put it in our system. I usually speak to them after the fact.
Oh, you speak afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Miss Wendling, you're here on one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Okay. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500.
Qualifies for pretrial release.
Sorry?
Qualifies for pretrial release.
Oh, she does. Okay. Well, Ms. Wendling, here's what I'm actually going to do. I changed my mind. I'm going to order you released pretrial release with the conditions of no contact with the victim. Okay? So what that means, ma'am, is you're going to be able to go home today, or right later today. In 2 or 3 hours, you'll be able to go home, but you'll have to check in with Miss Officer Parks here in her office, and but you cannot have any contact with the victims of this case. Okay?
How do I get my thing?
Okay. So, thank you, ma'am. This is what I was looking for.
Your Honor, may I ask that you put on the record that she can go to the residence and have officers escort her there to get her
Sure.
belongings?
So there will be a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve your personal belongings?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, absolutely. What order are these? What order are these in? I'm confused. Is this order is different than this order? It's on top of the. Give us 1 second. Oh, what's your name?
Lucia Jerome Woodard, sir.
All right, sir, what's your name? Sorry, what's your name? What's your date of birth?
03/18/1993.
All right, Mr. Woodard, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're here on 4 counts. The first one is for battery on a law enforcement officer. Second one is resisting an officer with violence. Third one is resisting an officer without violence. The fourth one is trespassing on property after warning. Okay? I'm going to find that there's probable cause on all those counts. On count 1, well, what's sorry, does he qualify for?
No, Your Honor. We did not have an opportunity to speak with him prior to an initial appearance. For the record, he does have 14 felony convictions, 9 misdemeanors, 3 failures to appear, and 3 DOSD incarceration. His last conviction was in 2019 for violation of probation for battery on a Leo and attempted escape.
Okay. So I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $2,500, count 2 at $150, and both count 3 and 4 at $100 each. I'm going to order you no firearm, weapons, or ammunition. Thank you. That's it. We should be on Spanish. Is it Jose Valentine? Okay. All right. So I think we're back in order now. So let me call the Spanish interpreter. The next one should be Jose De La Torre Valentin.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alan Figueroa, back in the line.
Alan, and I forgot to ask you last time, were you already sworn in today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you have translated and will translate from English that you've translated and will translate from English to Spanish to the best of your ability, so help you God?
So help me God, Your Honor. Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter.
Okay. Okay. I believe the headset's connected. Can you test it?
Sí. He can hear me, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, what's your name and your date of birth, please?
José Joel de la Torre Valentín.
José Joel de la Torre Valentín.
Fecha de nacimiento 3 de noviembre del 81.
Date of birth, November 3rd of 81.
Okay, Mr. Valentini, you're here on 2 cases, I believe. The first one is for well, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter, okay?
Yo solicité defensa propia.
I requested to hire my own attorney.
Okay. Would you, one second. Would you like to hire your own attorney or would you like to represent yourself?
Okay, yo había hablado con la persona, ¿verdad? Con el contacto que me dijo si yo iba a solicitar un abogado o quería una defensa, ¿verdad? De Public Defender. Yo le dije que por el día de hoy me iba a representar solo, pero como el caso va a ir más allá, porque tengo unos planteamientos que hacerle, pues entonces en ese caso necesitaría un Public Defender, pero por el día de hoy me quiero representar solo.
When I spoke to the person that they gave me the contact number for, I had informed that for today's hearing, I was going to represent myself. But seeing how this is going to go longer and I have some things I would like to clear out, then I would like to request a public defender. But for today, I will represent myself.
Okay. So you want a public defender in the future, but not today?
Sí, no, para hoy no.
Yes, not for today.
Okay.
Quiero explicar varias situaciones. Y que mejor que yo.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
Today is only to determine if there's probable cause. And your bond and any conditions of release. Okay? You do have the right to counsel. You can knowingly waive that if you choose to do so. So are you choosing to waive your right to counsel? Because she's standing right there. She's very smart.
Okay, but mi situación es que yo no puedo aceptar estos cargos cuando fueron injustos. A mí me arrestaron.
Okay, but
You have
my
to
situation,
let him translate.
my situation is I cannot accept these charges because they are unjust.
And sir,
I was
no
arrested.
disrespect to you, but that's not your choice. Today is just to find out if there's enough probable cause for the charges. We're not saying you are guilty of the charges. We're not saying you are not guilty of the charges today. It's merely to inform you of the charges and that there's sufficient evidence to find what's called probable cause.
¿Cómo yo puedo defenderme de esto?
How can I defend myself against this?
Okay. Sir, keep your shirt on. Sir, at a later point in time, you'll have an opportunity to mount a full defense. Today is not that day. I understand you're frustrated, but today is merely informing you of your charges and setting conditions of release. It is not to prove or disprove your innocence. Okay? So you're here on two cases. The first one has 2 counts. One is possession of cocaine and resisting an officer without violence. Okay? I've reviewed the affidavit. I'm going to find that there is probable cause. Okay?
Registro ilegal, abuso policíaco, me arresta por DUI, no tengo el porciento de alcohol. ¿Cómo yo voy a aceptar una fianza de cargos?
Okay, an illegal search, a police brutality. I was supposedly stopped for a DUI. How can I accept these charges?
I don't expect you to, I don't expect you to accept them, sir. I'm just telling you what they are. And I am going to appoint Ms. Moore and the Public Defender's Office to represent you, at least here today, provisionally. Okay? The second case is for DUI. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that. And the third case is for violation of probation from an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola? Out of Osceola County. I'm going to find out there's probable cause for that, okay? I'm going to go through those now. So on the possession of cocaine, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Under resisting the officer without violence, $250. On the DUI, $500. And on the violation of probation, no bond. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without prescription. Is there any other open case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Danny Fernandez next.
We're gonna get in contact with you later, just not today. Take this with you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. I believe he also needs an interpreter, Alan.
I'm here, Your Honor.
You connected?
Yes, Your Honor. I haven't disconnected from the podium.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
0201 del 1984. Danny Fernandez.
Danny Fernandez, 0201 of 84.
Okay. Mr. Fernandez, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You are here on 1 count, criminal mischief. I'm going to set your bond at $250. And I'm going to order no contact with the victim. Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
Una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
¿cómo que se prohíbe el contacto con la víctima cuando es my girl? Tengo business con ellas, mis cosas con ella, todo con ella. No entiendo.
How can I not have any contact with the victim when she's my girl and I have a business and I have properties with her? We have everything together.
Well, that's very easy then, because you know who it is. You simply cannot contact her directly or indirectly, go to her house, call her, text her, email her, all that is prohibited. So since you know who it is, it should be relatively easy to accomplish no contact. If you want to modify anything, you could speak to your attorney, and I'm sure there'll be an opportunity in front of another judge to do so. But for now, that's my order.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. I have Alexander Reyes next. And I have a question, counsel.
Yes.
Is it Moore, or I heard you say like a second name? Is there like
So
a,
it's more Silverman, but I think more is just simpler, so I always just go by
well, what do
that.
you want to be called? Because I'll call you
More
whatever
is
you want.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You only get one name, you know. You use it or you lose it. Oh, okay. All right. Then I have Mr. Canty. Is that the last interpreter case we have? All right, so Alan, I think that's the last one. So
Not a problem. Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good rest of your weekend.
you two take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Are you on tomorrow?
No, it'll be I can see that for you, Your Honor, real quick. Who will be the interpreter for tomorrow?
It's okay. I just wanted to see you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, take care. All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Mr. McCanty, 12/31/73.
All right. Mr. Canty, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You are here on one count of battery, felony battery. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 in order no contact with the victim. And to maintain separate residence. Thank you, sir. Right. Next one I have is Rashaan Hendren.
Yes.
All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Rashaan Hendren, 33192.
All right, Mr. Hendren, you are here on, well, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on an arrest warrant or another judge already found probable cause. So you're facing 3 counts. First one is battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Second one is battery dating violence. Third one is assault dating violence. I'm going to set your bond on the first count at $2,500, on the second count at $5,000, on the third count at $1,000, order you to have no contact with the victim. And then there's a second case, right? Oh, there is? Oh, I'm sorry. And the judge also set other conditions on your arrest affidavit, so let me read those to you. no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and no possession of any weapons. So I'll maintain those. And then there's a second case, which has 5 counts. Count 1 is grand theft. Count 2 is grand theft by fraud. Count 3 is fraudulent use of credit card. Count 4 is unlawful possession of a stolen credit card or debit card. And count 5 is fraud, use of personal information. I'm going to find probable cause. Well, another judge already found probable cause on all those. And set your bond on each count. On count 1, the grand theft, $1,500. On count 2, the grand theft by fraud, $500. Count 3, $500. Count 4, $500. Count 5, $500. Total bond is $3,500. And as a condition of that, no return to the mall at Millennia. All right, thank you, sir.
The bond amount, they'll be listed on the jail website as well.
Next one I have
Just so you're aware, the victim is also a co-combatant and is also incarcerated.
on this next case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, ma'am, your name and date of birth, please.
Susan Nesbieth, Susan Joan Nesbieth, 9/10/58.
Okay, Ms. Nesbieth, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of aggravated assault with a weapon with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $3,500 and order no contact with the victim and no return to the scene.
Yes, sir.
And that you maintain separate residence.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, for the record, she does qualify for pretrial release.
All right, I'll give her PTR with the same conditions.
Your Honor, for clarification, was that bond and or straight PTR?
Good question, hold on. I'll do 500 with PTR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Next one I have is Willie Smith.
Like to handle this today? I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Willie Smith, 07/28/92.
All right, Mr. Smith, how are you?
Good.
All right, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here, you're facing 10 counts of, count 1 is aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic violence. Count 2 is the same charge. Count 3 is child abuse. Count 4 is discharging a firearm in public. Count 5 is reckless display of a firearm. Count 5 is battery. Sorry, that's count 6 is battery. Count 7 is aggravated assault with a firearm. Count 8 is the same. Count 9 is child abuse. And count 10 is battery, domestic violence. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond, I'm sorry? Oh, we have, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't look up. Hi, ma'am. What's your name?
Taylor Daniels.
All right, can you do me a favor, raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm sorry I didn't look up, I was reading.
Yes, I do.
You can put your hand down. All right, ma'am, what would you like to say regarding the terms of release? So I just want to be, we're not going to drop any charges, or this isn't about that, it's just the terms of release.
Like, he's not a bad person or anything. I don't, like, you know, I didn't feel like he was going to harm me. I think he was just, you know, angry and stuff because we were arguing, and I think it just escalated.
Okay. State, any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Ma'am?
Yes.
He's over there.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Has the defendant ever physically abusive to you in the past?
No.
Have you ever previously called the police on the defendant before?
No.
Do you have any fear of the defendant?
No.
If the defendant would attack you, would you feel comfortable to call the police?
Yes.
No further question, Your Honor.
More?
Yes, please, Your Honor. Would you like to be allowed no hostile contact with the defendant?
No, he can contact me as much as he wants. Doesn't matter.
And if you live together, would you like the defendant to continue living there?
We don't live together anymore.
Okay, no further questions.
You have a child together?
Yes.
How old's the child?
She's a year old.
One of the issues with this case is that there's 4 victims. You're just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're just one of them. So I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to find probable cause on the charges. I'm going to set charge on count 1. That's a great aggravated assault with a firearm at $25,000. Count 2 at $25,000. Count 3 at $1,000. 4, $1,000. 5, $1,000. 6, $1,000. 7, $25,000. 8, $25,000. 9, $1,000. And 10, $1,000. I'm going to order no contact with victims 2 and 3, and no hostile contact with victims 1 and 4. I believe 4 is the shared child, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, he can't contact her at all, is what you're saying?
You don't have the arrest affidavit in front of me. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so contact with victim, no hostile with victims 1 and 4, no contact with 2 and 3. So he may have contact with you, it can't be hostile contact. Okay, that means no threatening, no anything like that. And I'm going to order you all to maintain separate residences. Okay?
And Your Honor, at this time, defense is invoking client's constitutional right to remain silent. May I approach the clerk with the notice of invocation?
Sure.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. You get mad if we don't keep it on us.
Did not.
All right. Name and date of birth, please.
Kristen Jeffcoat, 1881.
Jeffcoat, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore to represent you on this matter. You are charged with 1 count of battery domestic violence. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. Hi, sir.
Hello,
All right, what's your name?
James Jeffcoat.
All right, and what's your role?
I'm the husband.
All right, sir, if you can raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, are you the alleged victim?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jeffcoat, what would you like to tell me?
I'm here to discuss the situation for the children for the next couple weeks, is what I was understanding. I'm in the residence now. We have 3 children, 6, 8, and 10.
Would you
And-
like her to return to the residence?
No, I do not. I wanted to ask for that to not happen at this point. I don't want the children in the home with her and myself together. And I've been trying to get her to get some help and some counseling.
Hey, State.
No question from the state, Your Honor.
Ms. Moore.
Yes. Are you afraid of Ms. Jeffcoat?
At this point, I am, yes.
No further questions, Judge.
I couldn't hear.
No further questions.
Everybody's so soft-spoken.
This is a new experience.
Oh, not you, I meant the attorney.
It's the mask.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
muffle.
That's why you gotta yell. I give you all permission to yell at the judge today only. So I'm gonna find that there's probable cause. I'm going to order her release PTR. I'm gonna order no contact with the victim. I'm gonna order them to maintain separate residence. I don't have jurisdiction over the children here, but right? Does the no contact, do we have a copy of the no contact order? Are you asking she not see the children at all?
I'm asking for her to not be alone with the children.
You want, okay,
I want to,
I got you. Does a no contact order prohibit contact with the minors?
Judge, I believe that's a question for the state.
What's the question, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Does the no contact order explicitly prohibit contact with the minors?
I don't think so, Your Honor, unless the kids were victims themselves. I think
unless we
otherwise.
add them in, so.
But, Your Honor, I think she would have to establish parental rights when she gets out.
Well, she's the birth mother, I mean, she has parental rights.
Well,
It says you cannot contact the victim, so you can't contact him to set up time with your kids, but you can speak to your kids. Okay?
Your Honor.
she would have to do that through me, though.
I don't know who's talking.
She would have to do that through me, though, if she were to speak to him.
Well, I don't know how old they are, but this isn't, so I understand the position you all are in.
Yeah.
I don't have necessarily jurisdiction over the kids, I have jurisdiction over her
Okay,
actions.
okay.
Your Honor, are you indicating that you're wishing for her to have third-party contact for purposes of the children only?
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. So she may not contact you directly, but somebody may contact you on her behalf to discuss the children, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right.
Leave now.
Sean Love? All right. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
January 3rd, 1992.
And your name?
Sean, Shawn, Love, Love.
All right, Mr. Love, good to see you. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. You're here, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of battery, touching or striking. I can't find probable cause based on this affidavit.
Yeah, at this point, the state would probably ask for more time to supplement the affidavit.
Or I know you didn't challenge it,
No,
I
it's fine,
can't.
Your Honor. I don't have it in front of me, but
Do you want a
this
copy?
It's the defense's position that there's no probable cause.
I'm sorry?
I said that it's the defense's position that there was no probable cause on the arrest affidavit agreeing with the court.
He's asking to reset till tomorrow.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, so the court will reset till tomorrow? All right. Next one I have is Le'Veon Perkins. All right, sir, your name and date of birth? Sir, your name and date of birth, please?
Le'Veon Perkins, March 17th, 1987.
Mr. Perkins, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. Okay, you're here on one count of battery domestic violence. Hi.
How you doing?
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, D'Angelo Williams, the victim.
The victim? Okay. Okay, Mr. Williams, can you do me a favor, raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to speak up a little bit more, because I don't have the best hearing, and there's an AC going right there, so it's hard for me to hear. What would you like to say, Mr. Williams?
Not much. I mean, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, I don't even know why he's here. Like,
You don't even know why he's here, is that what you said? I mean, the charges are that he used a stun gun 3 times and punched you repeatedly in the head.
yeah, it was.
I mean, I'm gonna find probable cause for the charges. State, do you have any inquiry for Mr. Williams?
No question, Your Honor.
All right, defense?
Yes. Are you afraid of Mr. Perkins?
No.
Would you like to be allowed no hostile contact while the case is pending?
Yeah, no hostile contact.
That just means that there's no fighting, arguments between you guys, but you're allowed to have contact. If you live together, would you like Mr. Perkins to continue to live there?
Yes.
Yes? No further questions, Your Honor.
Can I get a criminal history, please?
Yes, Judge. Defendant's last conviction was in 2020 for driving with a suspended or revoked license. However, he has criminal history, including possession of meth and multiple arrests for battery, dating, violence, including arrests with the same victim, the last arrest being in January of this year, which was recently dropped.
I'm going to find probable cause. I'm going to set bond at $10,000. I'm going to order no hostile contact with the victim. That means no hitting, no arguing, no insults. Yes, Mr. Guerrero.
Just for the record, the state would argue no contact at all due to the history of domestic violence, but it's up to the court.
Sir, if something like this happened, would you call the police?
If something like
This happened again.
I don't know. I don't know. If it's bad, probably. I don't know.
Sir, are you intimidated or scared by this man?
No.
Okay, because I'm a little confused because you say you don't know what happened, and the allegations in this.
I know what happened, but I didn't know what he was here for. Like, because I was getting calls from detectives about something that happened in January, and I'm.
Yeah.
Judge, we're requesting if we can have the bond lowered. Mr. Perkins does not have a job right now, is financially unable to meet $10,000, and it is also just a misdemeanor battery.
No. I'm going to keep it at 10,000. I'm going to order no contact. Order no contact. Thank you, guys. All right, next one I have is Wilson Ramirez Jr. All right. Okay. Sir, what's your name and date of birth?
Chelsea Beach.
Ramirez, January 30, 1960.
I'm going to report Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're charged with one count of stalking.
Your Honor, if I may be heard on this briefly.
Sure.
We're making a PC challenge to this one. I just believe it didn't amount to any emotional distress for stalking purposes, according to the jury instructions, and even in the arrest affidavit, it said it wasn't threatening at all.
According to the law.
Yeah.
No comment.
Mr. Gorellas?
Yeah, I do believe that it amounts to enough PC to ultimately have the matter resolved, in the court system. The
Yeah.
facts are supported, and,
All right. Ma'am?
Yes.
Who are you?
I'm Chelsea Beach.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, what would you like to say, ma'am?
I want no contact.
You get closer to the mic there.
I want no contact
Okay.
between him and me. I don't want him to be able to call my work. I don't want him to be able to show up. I don't want him to be able to follow me. I don't want him to be outside my house. He's not only bothering me, he's bothering my children and my whole family. He's reached out to my mother. He's reached out to my granddad. He's reached out to my sister. I have so much stuff in my car that he sends me. Not just voicemails, not just emails, stuff through the mail. I can't sleep. And when I finally do, I wake up
Is
in
any of it
panic attack.
threatening? Because in the affidavit, none of it seemed threatening. It seemed
It's
like,
not threatening, it's owning. What he says and what he does is, you're going to be mine and mine forever. You're not allowed to be with anybody else. That heart is only mine. It'll be mine even after I die. These are the things I have in emails. These are things I have in voicemails. This is possessive of somebody who does no longer want to be with him. I ended this last year. I've been doing this a year.
Okay.
And when he shows up to my work and he asks my coworkers about me, hey, how's Chelsea? How's her kids? He's fishing for information about me and my children that have nothing to do with him. He emailed me on the 23rd and on the 24th and on the 25th. And one of those emails, it asked me if I will let him take out a life insurance policy on my 2-year-old. He has me as a spouse because he works for Amazon to get something for him if he passes away. Same with my son. He's claiming my son is his. This is possessive.
Okay.
I can't do this.
Okay, ma'am. State, any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor, I think the witness has established that she feels threatened by this defendant, and she does not want any contact. I think that is clear, and the facts are supported by her statements.
Ms. Moore?
No questions.
Okay. So I'm restricted by what the law is, and unfortunately, when I'm finding PC, fortunately or unfortunately, I can't take into account the testimony the witness gave. I have to go based on the pleading, the writing, the affidavit. It doesn't meet the standard for stalking under the law. Stalking requires 2 or more instances that cause substantial emotional distress. There's no allegation in there that there is substantial emotional distress. So I can't find PC for stalking. The law doesn't support it. So is he ROR'd then?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
He's ROR'd then, right?
Correct.
We can't put conditions on an ROR.
Are you releasing him on his own recognizance?
I have to, yeah, I find no PC.
Then he will be released.
Yeah. We can't put conditions on that release.
To my understanding, no. I
Yeah.
can email my supervisor. And
Yeah, no, we can't.
My understanding is no.
Yeah. So there's other remedies under the law that are available to you. But unfortunately, I have to follow the law here today. I can't find PC for stalking. So. Hey, but sir, she doesn't want to talk to you. Just leave her alone.
I will.
All right. Next one is Leonidas Sargent. Well, I believe there was a
Yes, Your Honor.
co-defendant case.
It's the co-combatant.
All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
November 1st, 1966.
All right. Sir, you're here on 1 count of battery. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore to represent you on this matter. All right. I reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for battery. Does he qualify for, he does not qualify for PTR, does he qualify for PTR with bond?
Your Honor, we were unable to verify the defendant's community ties. However, if the court orders it, he will be released.
Release PTR or PTR with bond?
Whatever the court's discretion is.
Yes, sir. I'm going to order you release PTR with bond. I'm going to set the bond at $100. Okay, I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim. Sir. I have that there's no prior history.
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Oh, never mind. Had to flip the page. Hold on.
Judge, did you want his history?
I'm sorry?
Did you want his history?
I'm looking at it. I'm going to still do PTR with the $100. PTR with $100. But no contact with the victim and maintain separate residence.
Okay.
Okay, Lisette Stewart. All right. Afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Oh.
Can I have your name and your date of birth, please?
Marie Lisette Gonzalez, January 28th, 1980.
Okay. Are you also Lisette Gonzalez Stewart?
Yes, sir. That's how the officer wrote it down.
Okay. All right, ma'am. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter.
Oh, I'd like to defend myself if I could.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Just a couple things before you say anything. Today, we're not determining innocence or guilt. It's just if there was probable cause to arrest you, setting bond, and then any terms of your release. So it's not, today's not the judgment day for you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I am going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you today, okay?
Oh, no. Excuse me. I'd like to,
Yes.
I would like to defend myself.
Okay, ma'am, you do have, ma'am, don't address, first of all, hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Ma'am. It's okay, just look at me for a second. Don't look at anybody, just look at me the whole time, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know I'm not much to look at, but you can look at me, okay? Okay? So, you have the right to counsel.
Mm-hmm.
That's your constitutional right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you choosing to waive that right
Should I waive my right to counsel
today?
today? No.
No? Okay.
No.
So then,
Yes, sir.
okay. Ma'am, are you okay? What's going on?
I'm nothing.
Okay, I'm going to ask you again because I haven't gotten the answer. Do you choose to waive your right to counsel?
Do I choose to waive? I want to defend myself. So they had a miscommunication, and I wanted to defend myself.
Okay, so you're choosing to waive your right to counsel, waive your right to an attorney?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. So you are charged with one count of battery domestic violence. Okay. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I'm going to find that there is probable cause for that charge. Okay. Sir?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
My name's Kyle Stewart.
All right, sir, are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Mr. Stewart, what would you like to tell me about the terms of release only? So this isn't the trial, this is just...
I would like, that's what I'm here for. I want to get her out of here as quick as possible. My son, we're on vacation. We're staying at a resort. My 3-year-old son, he's devastated seeing his mom getting taken off in handcuffs. I'm here because I need her. We all need her. And this isn't going to happen again.
All right.
We've been together for 25 years. It's been a tough year with the pandemic and everything, and it got a little out of hand.
State, questions for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, is there history between you and your wife as it relates to domestic violence?
Say that again? Is
there history between you two?
No, sir.
Has she ever hit you before?
No. I mean, we've pushing matches, but no, not hitting.
Are you physically afraid of her?
No.
No further question, Your Honor.
Ms. Moore?
Would you like to be?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I forgot. All right. Sir, if something like this happened again, would you hesitate in calling the police?
Well, it's not going to happen again, but because we're going to seek counsel. I mean, we're going to get help. Yeah.
Are you married?
Yes, 25 years.
You've been married for 25 years.
Well, we've been together for 25 years. We've been married for 8 years.
I'm a little concerned her behavior today is very erratic.
She's never been to jail like this, and I mean, this is like I can understand. She's, yeah, I mean, I get it. She's not built for this.
Where are y'all from?
Dallas, Texas.
Where in Dallas?
East Dallas.
Like near Plano?
It's not too far. Depending on traffic.
It's always a problem.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to order her to be released, pretrial release, PTR. Okay. I'm going to order no hostile contact with you.
Absolutely.
That means, ma'am, that means you can't yell, hit, scream, have a fight. If you do so, you'd be violating the terms of release and you would have to be brought back. Okay? I'm going to also order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription. And that's it.
Well, Your Honor, she would need the court's permission to leave the state while on pretrial release.
Please, my permission? Dallas is a nice place. How long were you all staying here for?
We'll be leaving Tuesday, but I mean, we'll probably go home sooner. I mean, once she's out of here.
Okay.
I've already spoke with my dad, her dad.
Do you have family here? Is that?
No, no.
All the families in Texas?
No.
Well, she's PTR, so they'll keep her in touch. So I'll give her permission to leave the state, to go back home to Dallas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, next one is Devon Armstrong, or Devon Armstrong. Yes. Okay. Let's reset that one for tomorrow. And then...
Madam Clerk,
Okay.
are you resetting it? Within 24 hours.
This. Are you having Chris?
Yes.
All right. All right. Your name and your date of birth, please.
March 28, 1997. Heaven Chris.
All right. Afternoon, Miss Chris. How are you?
I'm all right. Ready to go.
I'm sorry?
Celebrate my birthday. I said I'm ready to go celebrate my birthday.
Wait, when's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
How old are you going to be?
I'm going to be 24.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. So, Miss Chris, I'm going to appoint Miss Sulla, or Miss Moore, let's call you by your second last name, Miss Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're charged with 1 count of possession of a methamphetamine with a weapon.
Your Honor, he does qualify for PTR.
I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find there's probable cause for the charge. I'm going to order you released PTR. And I'm going to order you have no drugs, alcohol, or firearms. Or I'm sorry, no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription, no firearms, weapons, or ammunition. I'm also, you all can monitor Officer Park's drug screenings.
If you order it, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to order you to have random drug screenings.
Okay.
Okay? And that's it. Thank you. All right. Hello.
Hello. All right, I can't see it. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Mine, Nicole Fletcher.
I couldn't hear a word you said, ma'am.
My name is Nicole Fletcher.
All right, Ms. Fletcher, what's your date of birth?
March 30th, 74.
What happened to John? We have a Jacquavious Brown.
What?
Thank you. All right. Ms. Fletcher, you are here for one count for possession of a methamphetamine. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause.
Okay.
I'm going to set your bond on that case at $1,000. And she has a pre-existing case?
Yes, Your Honor. She's out on bond for 2020 CF 11086.
Okay.
Not out on.
Possession?
Yes, Your Honor. It's pending pretrial diversion.
I'm not out on.
All right.
I'm done with that.
So I'm going to revoke your bond on that case.
I'm done with that. I don't have a bond on that. Completed everything for that.
All right, thank you.
Do you hear me? Sir, I'm not out on bond.
What is she out on, ROR?
Pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
No,
all
she's,
done with
is
that.
she on PTD?
Yes.
That's
Okay, I thought you,
completed. I've already done with that certificate program, everything. That's gone. I'm not out on bond.
I'm sorry, she's
It's not
talking. I
completed,
can't.
Your Honor. She's still active on the PTD, which is not completed, so the state hasn't filed a null process this time.
Okay.
So you have the authority to revoke it or take no action.
Yeah, I'm going to revoke it. I have, is this Joyce? Having a Joyce Green?
I don't know what's going on.
All right, thank you. All right, Marquise Hayward.
Yes, sir.
All right, your name and your date of birth, sir. Is he the criminal traffic one?
East Hayward, 11/02/1987.
All right, Mr. Hayward, you're here on 2 counts, possession of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a business with intent to sell, and possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that and set the count on. All right, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore to represent you in this matter. I'm going to set bond on count 1 at $10,000, bond on count 2 at $150. I'm going to take no action on the pre-existing case. Yeah, 10,000 and 150.
Your Honor, was that no action on both cases?
Are there multiple? I only have the CT case.
2021 CT 1266 and 1267, Your Honor.
Okay, I just had 1266. Oh. Oh, huh. Yeah, I'm gonna take no action on both of those. All right. Next, Tina Kaiser.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's your name and your date of birth, ma'am?
Tina Keyser, 7765.
Okay, Ms. Keyser, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 1 count of failing to appear. A judge has already issued a bench warrant for you. Set your bond at $2,000. That's where it'll remain.
That's it.
All right. Next, I have Darien Long. Is this? Did Odie Lazar bond?
Do you have a book?
Odie Laser, Odie Harris Lazar Jr.
Do you have a booking number?
I have a, what would that be?
Bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, ma'am, name and date of birth.
Darien Long, April 29, 1994.
Okay, Ms. Long, you are here on 3 counts. First count is for prostitution. Second count is possession of cocaine. Third count is possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. Additionally, it appears you have a second case for out-of-county warrant. On the first case, make sure it's, okay. On the first case, I'm going to find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 150, count 2 at 1,000, count 3 at 100. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription. On on the second case, the out-of-county warrant, I'm going to order you held no bond.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to revoke.
Hold on.
We need the defendant back.
Was there 2 violations of probation? Was there 2 violations of probation? Yeah. Right, and then I'm going to revoke your bond on your existing case.
Okay.
Thank you. Next one I have is Stephen Maliani, I'm sorry. All right. All right. So we will reset that one for till tomorrow. All right, Michael Reeder.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Michael Reeder, 82868.
All right, Mr. Reeder, you are here on 4 counts. First count, well, let me appoint Ms. Moore to represent you on this matter. First count is possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. Second one is possession of methamphetamine, MDMA, ecstasy. Third one is possession of cannabis. Fourth one is possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 5,000, count 2 at 150, and then count 3 at 4 at $100 each. Your total bond would be $5,350. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription. And random drug screenings to be monitored by PTR.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Judge, just to
All right.
clarify, it was strictly RUAs, correct? Not bond and? Strictly RUAs, not bond
Correct.
and, correct? Thank you, Judge.
All right. Amber Roach,
Yes, sir.
name and your date of birth, please.
Amberlyn Roach, July 17th, 84.
All right, Ms. Roach, you are here on 2 failure to appears. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you. The judge in that case had set your bond, no bond. I'm going to keep it that way. Thank you. All right, Octavius Shields. All right, what's your name and date of birth, sir?
Octavius Shields, November 16, 1980.
All right, Mr. Shields, you are here on one count of possession of MDMA ecstasy. Let's see, he does qualify for. Oh. We may need her back, sorry.
When is the last defendant back, please?
I'll do Mr. Shields real quick and then we'll bring her back. All right, so Mr. Shields, you're here on possession of MDMA ecstasy. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on the matter. You qualify for PTR. I'm going to, sorry? She has 2 cases in? Oh, she has 3? Okay. I'm going to appoint you, I'm going to release you PTR and order you have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription, and to have random drug screenings monitored by PTR. Thank you. All right. Yep. Hi, Ms. Roach. Sorry, you have 2 other cases that I failed to inform you of. The first one is also for a failure to appear. Your bond in that case is $500. I'll keep that bond as is. And then you have an out-of-county warrant where your bond was $2,000. That's at a Seminole County. So I'll keep it at $2,000.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hello, your name and date of birth, sir?
Rashaan Hendren, Wilbon, 6589.
Hello, Mr. Wilbaum. You are here on one count of failing to appear. Or failing to appear. The judge in that case issued a capias for your arrest and set no bond, so I will keep it that way. And then there's this a second case, or just the underlying case? Okay, and then you also have a case where you're charged with possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of alzaprozolam with intent to sell, and possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver. I'm sorry, I forgot to appoint Ms. Moore on all your cases, so she and her office will represent you. On that second case, we'll set bond on count 1 at $15,000, count 2 at $1,000, count 3 at $15,000. Your total bond on that matter is $31,000. I would order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without prescription, and to have random drug screenings monitored by PTR. I'm going to appoint the PT for today's hearing only on the first case. Well, sir, yeah. Do you have a private attorney for your first case? Yeah. Right. Would you like that attorney to be? Do you want to have that attorney represent you?
I am.
I know, but do you want them here?
Down the line, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore for today. All right. Sir, your name and your date of birth?
Bobby Turk, 42972.
All right, Mr. Turk, you are here on one count of failure to appear. A judge issued a capias for your arrest, set your bond at $500. I'm going to maintain it the same. I am going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. I'm going to revoke your bond on the case you're out on ROR on, and bond and ROR.
I'm out on bond from 2019. You're revoking that?
Yes, sir. Juan Gonzalez Mendez. Juan Gonzalez Mendez, did he bond?
Bonded, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, ma'am, your name and date of birth, please.
Stephanie Herrera, 11/10/91.
All right, Ms. Herrera, you are here on one, well, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you. You're here on one count of DUI, two counts, I'm sorry, DUI and refusing to submit to a DUI test.
Yes, sir.
I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. Is she out on two previous DUIs?
Yes, Your Honor. One from 2018 and one from 2019.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond on the current case for the DUI at 500, for the refusing to submit to the DUI at 100. I'm going to order you no alcohol, drugs, or controlled substances without permission. I'm going to revoke your bond on both the other cases, the 2018 CT 7377 and 2019 CT 8520.
a third case?
I'm sorry?
Someone have a third case or no?
No.
Was she the one with the attorney? Oh. You bring her back out.
We missed something?
1 second, Ms. Ferrero. We got to call your attorney. Do I have to hit it? Hello?
Hi, good morning, or good afternoon, sorry.
Afternoon. Appearance, please?
This is Attorney Nick Congelosi. I'm standing in for Attorney Tick.
All right, Mr. Congelosi, we're recalling. I'm sorry, we went through it. I didn't realize she had an attorney. So Ms. Herrera is here. State appearance?
William Gurlis on behalf of the state.
All right, so Mr. Congelosi, we're here on one count, or I'm sorry, on two counts of driving while under the influence and refusing to submit to a DUI test. Would you like to be heard on anything at this point?
We just asked the court to set a bond.
Okay. So I'm going to set bond on count 1 at 500, on count 2 at 100. I'm going to order no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription. There are two cases where she is currently out on bond. I am going to revoke the bond on those cases.
I'm sorry. I'm losing you there. I'm not hearing what you're saying.
I'm sorry? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, Judge.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What did they say his name is?
Can you hear me now?
Just barely. The connection is terrible. I can't hear you now.
All right, so there's two cases that she's out on bond on, both DUIs. I'm going to revoke the bond on both those cases.
Okay. And is there a bond set as to the new charges?
The new charge, yeah, 500 and 100.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh.
Oh, no, over, that's for
It's certainly not for me.
Oh. Oh, gosh.
All right, Stephen Jadnouth. Okay, Stephen Jadnouth. Your name, please?
Stephen Carmelo Deleon.
One more time?
Stephen Carmelo Deleon.
Okay, no. Oh, I have,
Okay, the inmate number, 2100729.
I have Mr. De Leon here. Bonded. Eleanor Johnson? Okay, we'll reset her 24 hours. Okay, Alex.
We'll reset her for tomorrow.
Yeah. Alex Weston. Sir, your name and date of birth?
Alex Weston, 06/20/1991.
All right. Mr. Weston, you are here. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you. You're here for 2 counts. The first one is trespassing on property after warning. Second one is for loitering or prowling. Reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 500, on count 2 at 250. I'm going to order no return to the scene. Thank you, sir. Now, Mr. De Leon. All right, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Stephen Carmelo Deleon, July 3rd, 1975.
All right, Mr. De Leon, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you. You are here on 2 out-of-county warrants. Yeah, 2 out-of-county warrants out of Hillsborough County. Your bond was set at no bond. I will maintain it so. Thank you, sir. All right. Do we have Douglas Askew? All right. Let's reset till tomorrow, and then we'll deal with it tomorrow. Okay, sir, your name?
Lawrence Boyd.
All right, Mr. Boyd, welcome. You're here on 1 count of violation of probation. A judge has already reviewed your the allegations and issued a probable cause, and that judge set your bond at $2,500. I am going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on that matter. Is this a different case? All right, and then you're also here on a second case with 3 counts, attempted second-degree murder with a firearm, attempted robbery with a firearm, and shooting throwing into an occupied vehicle. A judge has already reviewed the probable cause for those and found probable cause. How do you want to proceed, Ms. Moore?
Your Honor, in this case, too, we wanted to invoke our right to remain silent. We do have the notice of invocation in this case.
Okay. All right, so then I'll maintain no bond?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we have bond, and then, conditions.
Oh, on that case, the attempted second-degree murder, no contact with the alleged victim or co-defendants as a condition. Are you saying there's a third case? Are you saying there's a third case? Or? Okay. Oh, okay. 2,500. Thank you. All right, next one I have is Amir James. All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth.
Amir James, February 3rd, 2000.
All right, Mr. James, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 2 counts. First one is robbery with a firearm. Second one is aggravated battery with a firearm. And then you have a second case for violation of probation. Ms. Moore, how do you want to proceed?
Yes, so we're also invoking our right to remain silent. We have another notice of invocation, and we are deferring to the court, but we're asking for a bond to be set in this case.
I couldn't hear a word you said.
We're asking for a bond to be set in this case in a reasonable amount, and we're also invoking our right to remain silent, and I'll have another notice.
Okay. All right. Mr. Gorellis?
Yeah, I'll leave it to the court's discretion.
He is entitled to a bond on these charges, right? State?
Your Honor, I would disagree. The robbery with the firearm, those are dangerous crimes, Your Honor. I don't think the defendant is entitled to a bond.
No, it's not. And you don't want to have the Arthur hearing today?
Sorry, Your Honor. I couldn't hear you, sorry.
You don't want to have the Arthur hearing today?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to keep him no bond on all counts. Yeah, on the violation of probation also, no bond. Okay. So I have this Cedric Jones. All right. Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Cedric P. Jones, 8/29/81.
All right, Mr. Jones, you are here for a violation of probation. Judge has already reviewed your case and ordered you held no bond. So it will remain so. I am going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you.
Your Honor, was the no bond already ordered by a judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Robert Arce.
Yes, sir. Yes, Judge. Robert Arce.
All right. Sir, what's your date of birth?
11/10/69.
All right, Mr. Arce, you are here on one count. It's a city ordinance, violation of a city ordinance, sitting or lying on sidewalks in the downtown core district. Right, I am going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. Can he get bond with PTR?
Your Honor, just so you're aware, he is out on ROR as of 2 days ago.
Okay.
If the court orders it, he will be released. However, just for the court's knowledge, there are concerns regarding Mr. Arcee's ability to comply with pretrial release due to the fact that he's transient, has no phone, no email address, and I have concerns regarding his ability to comply with the pretrial release conditions.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Check with your lawyer first.
All I wanted to address the court is mention that I had 2 job interviews, one for Tomasino's Pizzeria and one for the new Taco Bell on Orange and Central. So I'm going to land one of those jobs for sure. So about the phone, that's no issue. I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
give you a
no.
bond. I'm gonna give you a bond.
I was hoping to get time served. My family are mostly all dead, and I wanted to get to these jobs and get the interview and land one of those jobs as quick as possible.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a city case. I would defer to the city in this matter.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna set your bond at $250.
Your Honor, I don't have no family. I was hoping, since it's a city ordinance, I was hoping to get time served on this or OR so I can go and apply for one of these jobs because I already spoke to both people. I had a brief interview, and all I had to do is go and have an official interview with the Taco Bell that's there in Orange and Central and the Tomasino's Pizzeria in Colonial Plaza. So that's a given. That's a fact.
I understand. That's my ruling.
Will you be taking any action on his open case, Your Honor?
No, I'm not gonna take action on that. Well, hold on. Which one? The felony?
Your Honor, can we ask the court for an offer on this case, the city case?
I mean, I can give him an offer on this case, but he has another case, the felony case.
I understand.
I said hit 34 days.
I probably shouldn't get that. I probably shouldn't get that far from the mic.
I didn't victimize anyone.
Yes, so we were asking if we could have an offer on the city case, and then we're also requesting, we're asking the court if you could take no action on the other ROR due to monetary reasons. He just cannot afford a bond to get to his new job interview.
When's your interview?
Is it Tomasino's?
When?
I was supposed to be there on Wednesday, but I couldn't go back over there and tell them, hey, I was locked up for a minor infraction and for sitting on city sidewalk, and I told him I worked for Louis Antonacci in a Como restaurant in Niagara Falls. And he's like, the job is yours, basically.
So it already passed.
I know that, but he's got the help wanted sign, and I told him that I made hundreds of pizza for Louis Antonacci at the Como restaurant in Niagara Falls, New York. And I says we was doing so much pizza, we was pre-cooking the dough. So when we throw a pizza in the 400-degree oven, it'll be done in 12 minutes. So he says, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Come over here, and we're going to show you how we do it. And I said, perfecto. And I spoke to Miss Rodriguez from the Taco Bell, so I think I would like to make pizza instead.
All right, I'd give you an adjudication of guilt and time served on the case, and I'll take no action on the theft cases.
I'll accept that, and I'll update the court with my new job.
What's your name and your age?
Robert Arcia, November 10th, 1969.
How far did you go in school?
Oh, I got college and GED in college.
Sorry, and I just have a question. Do we swear them in back there, or does he need to be sworn?
He needs to be sworn.
All right, so first, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, so now, what's your name and age? You can put your hand.
Robert Arcia. I was born November 10th, 1969.
How far did you go in school?
I got college.
What level of college did you get to?
I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, and I went to Niagara County Community College.
In New York?
Yeah, I went for physical therapy, and I went for a textile surface designer.
Were you born
I worked for a couple of, I'm from New York. I worked for a couple of international companies up there. I worked for Rainbow in Brooklyn. I worked for Tickle Me, Tackle Me in Long Island City, Queens.
Where in New York were you from?
Oh, I'm from the Bronx. I was born in Lincoln Hospital.
I was born at Lenox Hill Hospital.
Wow, I was right there in Locke's Place on West Gun Hill, right next to Montefiore and North Central.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
For depression, yes.
When was that?
Oh, that was back in 2000.
Are you having any doctor's visits now for that?
Oh, once in a while when I get upset, depressed, I get some medication. And the latest one I tried was Cyprexa, so that works pretty well because it doesn't give me rest leg syndrome like the Seroquel.
Are you currently under the influence of any alcohol or drugs?
Oh, no, not at all.
I gave you the plea, so the plea would be time served. I guess, well, let me add to it'd be time served and adjudication of guilt, and then court costs, but we'd give you a plan to pay the court costs.
That'd be perfect because I'm going to land this job for sure. I felt the vibe,
So, do you understand the terms of your plea?
Oh, yes, guilty and no action on the OR.
Have you discussed the terms of the plea with your lawyer?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Has anybody promised you anything other than what we've discussed here?
Oh, no, just what was said by you, and I agree with the offer.
Is anyone forcing you or threatening you to accept the plea?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Do you know by accepting this plea you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
Yes, I understand that.
Like a right to a trial by a jury,
Yes, I understand.
the right to have the state or the city prove their case against you?
Right, I understand all that's being said.
Understanding those rights, do you still want to accept the plea offer?
Oh, of course I do. I got to get this job and get on the good foot. And I just got my new ID again. It's right, dignity. I got my new.
By dignity?
Yeah, I got the voucher just before I got arrested. And it's crazy, the day before. I says, I got to get my new ID, so I got it.
Have you had enough time to discuss the case with your attorney?
Oh, yes. I spoke with her briefly on a low tone of voice.
Are you pleased with her representation of you?
Yes, I am.
And is everyone willing to stipulate to the facts as they were pled in the affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Arce, to the charge of sitting or lying down on sidewalks in downtown core district, how do you plead?
I plead no contest.
Well, the offer is you plead guilty.
Okay, it's fine. There's no victim, so I plead guilty. I don't think I can victimize myself, but yes, I plead guilty then.
So upon the acceptance of the plea, I'm going to find the defendant freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived his or her rights, find the defendant knowingly entered a plea and understands the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Find the defendant to be competent, coherent, and alert. And after review of the arrest affidavit or charging documents and the stipulation of the parties that there is a factual basis for the plea, and sentence the defendant according to the plea, that would be an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and court costs to be paid in an installment payment. Do we know what the court costs are?
It's 273.
A year? So you'll have a year to pay the court costs.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. And sir, I just want you to know, I'm putting faith in you to get your life back on track.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to understand something, okay? Sometimes we feel alone in life, like nobody's on our side. I'm going to tell you, every person here is rooting for you to do well and to never come back here and to get that job and to get your life back on track. Now, even if you don't get the job, which I expect you to, but if you don't, I want you to keep trying and to try to improve your life, okay? And we're all rooting for you, okay?
Something is gonna give. My brother, my couple of my brothers, my grandfather was in the Second World War II. His name was Santana Maldonado. And my two brothers were ex-military. One is dead and the other one is still alive. And the one that's alive, he says, hey, brother, to be successful in life, you always must have 3 plans because one is going to give in and it's going to be for your benefit. So, yes, I got the 3 plans and I'm on the second one. So if the second one don't give, the third one will.
All right. Well, I hope the second one works, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I highly appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. Take care, okay?
Thanks.
Is that it for today? So let's off the record.